In this video, we're going to continue with our DFS configuration, and we are going to create a domain-based namespace. So let's get that going. Again, I have server DC1 up and running because this is going to be a domain-based namespace, so I need a domain controller. I have server DM1 up and running and server DM2, and we had previously installed the DFS services as well as created file shares. On DM1, I'm still logged in as a domain admin, and I'm going to come to Server Manager, Tools, and DFS Management. In DFS Management, on the right-hand side, I want to choose New Namespace to start the new namespace wizard. For the server, I'm going to go ahead and type in server DM1. I will actually click Browse just to make sure that it finds it and that I am not doing a typo. There we go. And then next. For the namespace, I'm going to call this All Shares. The idea is that all of my shares will be available through this one namespace. We can click Edit Settings to view various permissions and paths for this. We can see here by default, it's going to create a folder in C:\DFS roots named All Shares, and then set specific permissions as appropriate. I'm going to leave this OK, or as is, so I will click OK, and then Next. Here we get to choose whether we want a domain-based namespace or a standalone namespace. And you can see basically the different paths that it will give me. If I choose domain space, I see az800.corp / all shares. If I want standalone, then that means I choose server DM1 all shares. In this case, I want domain-based, so I'm going to click Next. Here we can review the settings. I'll go ahead and click Create. And then we wait for the installation to finish. Awesome, completed successfully. Now that we've created our namespace here in the DFS management, we can look under namespaces and we see right there is our AZ800 Corp, all shares. Right now we see that there are no namespaces or no settings inside of the namespace. Under namespace servers, we have a server DM1 is configured. There's currently a small amount of delegation as well as the ability to search for files. What we want to do at this point is we want to add some folders to our namespace. So on the right-hand side here, I'm going to click New Folder. And for the name, I'm going to say Accounting. Down at the bottom, I'm going to click Add and then Browse. And under the Browse option, here I can see on server DM1, these are all the shares that are currently available. I'm going to go ahead and click Accounting, click OK, and OK. And here we can see a preview of what this will look like to our users. Go ahead and say OK. Now that our accounting share is there, let's go ahead and add our marketing share as well. So same thing, I'm going to click New Folder. In this case, I will call it Marketing. And then Add and Browse. And instead of server DM1, I want server DM2 and then Browse. Oops. Try that again. Okay. There we go. And under server DM2, I can see the marketing folder. So I'll select that and say OK, OK. And there is the namespace or the path in order to access the marketing folder. I will then say OK, and it is now closed. To see exactly how all of this works, I'm going to come down here to the search bar. Let me type in / AZ800 / all shares. Once that's done, I can now see I have my accounting folder and my marketing folder. Even though these exist on different servers, I'm able to access them all from one central location.